Hello, everybody. It's me, Mark, with Mark's Issues with Archie Comics. Well, last Sunday, I went to a localish comic show. It was about 20, next town over, about 25, 35 miles away. And this was just a comic book show. They didn't have arts and crafts or toys or people selling fudge or ninja outfits. It was just comic books, which is nice for a change. I do like going to the bigger shows like that because I also do Star Wars and I like fudge. And I may or may not have been a ninja before. I can't say for real. Um, but anyways, um, excuse me. Um, it was $5 to get in. I brought my son, and he brought a friend with him. So it was $15 to get in the door for the three of us. I paid for everybody. And I had a budget set for $100. I didn't want to spend more than $100. So after paying for that, we went in. And usually when I go to a show, I like to go around at least once, maybe twice, depending on the size of the show, to look at the wall books that they have behind them. And usually, by looking at what they have behind them, you can kind of gauge what they have and what they don't have. Being an Archie collector, if I look at someone's back wall and all I see is Wolverine, Deadpool, Ultimate Batman, stuff like that, 90% of the time they have no Archies. But if I look at a back wall and they have those, but they also have things like Little Lotta or Casper or Love Romance or even like sometimes the Westerns or the Dells or the Gold Keys, there's a bigger chance that they'll have what I'm looking for. So I'll do that the first time to gauge who might and might not have. That way I can spend the money where I really need to spend it. But I'm ranting now, so let me get on with it. So the first one I went to, the guy had comic books and magazines, and he had posters and stuff like that. And it was all comic book related. Like I said, the magazines were like, what were they? Planet of the Apes, some of the Star Wars magazines, eerie, creepy, mad, those kinds of magazines. And really, the only reason I stopped at that guy, to be honest, is I was tired of walking and I wanted to lean against his table and his boxes for a minute. I don't walk very well. I have a very bad back as well as my lungs, so I have to stop every once in a while and catch my breath. But I was by his magazines, and I put my hand down to relax against the magazines. Since I was there, I figured, well, I'll flip through the boxes. And I saw some Archie magazine stuff in there, and I was like, wow, okay, I've never seen these. Let me see what he has. And we started talking and stuff. And anyways, from him, and I didn't even complete my first loop. I was excited to see the magazines that were in there. And at his table, I spent $35. And what I got from him is the Archie Fan Magazine, issue 24 from September of 1992, published by Mary Smith in Massachusetts. Now, I've never seen this before, but I've never been to Massachusetts either. And this is mostly Katie Keene in this issue. Well, it even says in this issue, Katie Keene. But I've never seen it before. It's all black and white inside. And I'm sure if I haven't seen it before, my Archie fans probably haven't seen stuff like this either. This is the back cover. And the inside is... it's got like an editor's page. And it's got an Archie Comics news and review. News and review. And Riverdale Ramblings. It's like a letter column. And it's got the readers of the month. But then it has it's got recipes in there, like Jughead's Pizza Burgers. And it's got like newspaper write-ups. It's got Betty's Apple Brown Betty and Reggie's Devilish Eggs. Silly stuff. Then it has, stuff about Bill Woogan. Wagon. I'm terrible with names. I apologize. You got Katie Keene pictures. You've got the photocopies, I guess, of the paper dolls. What's this one? It's what it was like to be a Katie Keene fan. Stories, I guess, that people wrote in. This article is from Doll Reader. A lot of the Katie Keene stuff is paper doll stuff. I don't have any paper doll stuff. I know most people consider Archie little kids comics or girl comics as it is, so I wasn't going to go over that boundary and start getting paper dolls. Let's see, the next one I got was Apple Pie Magazine from 1975. This is number 1. That's not the actual cover. That's the cover from the inside story of an Archie parody. Really interesting. I did a review on it last Tuesday. And like I said, that was $35 for those two things. And then I found a guy. He had 2 Archies. He had Betty and Veronica Summer Fun. And he had a laugh. And those were $1 a piece. No, those were $5 a piece. I'm sorry. And then there was one guy, he had a lot of stuff, and he was overpriced. But I was looking to get this book, and it's about, his prices were about the same if I were to order it from, say, eBay, and then have to pay shipping on top of it. So it was there, it was in my hand, so I got it. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles meet Archie. Really stupid story, but it was fun. The turtles are inside of a cow, and the cow spits them out on an alternate Earth. I don't read Ninja Turtles, so I'm not sure what was going on. And, I haven't read the Turtles since they were in black and white. And they end up on a different parallel Earth with the Archies, and the Archies think they're aliens, but silly book. Like I said, this one, like I said, it was $15. And that's what it would have cost from eBay with the shipping. So that was that. And then I went to one guy, and he had a dollar box. So I said, ooh, can't beat a dollar box. So out of that, I got Archie's Halloween Spectacular. This is, I think it's from 2022. I'm not 100% sure. I haven't had a chance to get to this one yet because I'm reading all the other ones. And I also got a Archie's Christmas stocking. Oh my gosh. Archie's Christmas stocking 605. I can't tell if that was a 6 or an 8. I knew it can't be an 8. Archie's telling him to take a second look to make sure he's on the good list. And then I got a Archie's Christmas stocking 617. And these were all $1, and they're all in really good shape, except for this one. This is an Archie's Pal and Gals 53. It's probably like a 5.5, somewhere in there. But it was $1. I didn't have it. I picked up a Betty #1 for $1. Really good shape. There's no spine ticks on it or anything, so it's like it was right off the shelf from whatever year this was, in the 90s. And then I picked up a Betty 25. I picked up a Betty 91. Bondage cover. He's got her in bondage with the yo-yo. Betty 171. Betty in the bathtub. Silly cover. Then I got a Betty's Diary #1. Said these are all in, like, they were brand new off the shelf. I got Betty's Diary #2. Betty's Diary #3. Betty's Diary #5. Betty's Diary #7. Betty's Diary #8. Betty's Diary #11. I got a Betty and Veronica #62. I got a Betty and Veronica #86. And they just reused this cover as a variant cover for the Valentine's Day one that came out last week on Wednesday. I got a Archie Giant Series Magazine presents Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular. My Christmas box is getting full. Archie Giant Series Magazine, Betty and Veronica Christmas Spectacular 558. Archie said he was going to give us a Christmas surprise tonight. And Archie, I know he looks snockered there, but I don't think he's supposed to look snockered. I got a Betty and Veronica Spectacular #14 with Cheryl on the front. And I got a Betty and Veronica Spectacular Archie Giant Size Magazine #620. Now that's 21 bucks. And I got them for $20 for all of them, for the whole kit and caboodle there. And then while my son was looking for his books, he likes Tank Girl, and he was talking to some of the independent comic publishers that were there doing their own thing. So I was doodling around a little bit, and I saw this one on someone's back wall. And it's a Madhouse Comics 111. And it's the R2-D2 C3PO one. This is from February of '78, so it wasn't too long after the movie. I believe the movie came out in '77. But and that one, he was asking $12, and it's a lower grade book, but I know it's a sought after book because of the Star Wars reference. I was like, I don't know if I have $12 on me. I said, let me see what's in my pocket. And I think I had 6 $1 bills in there. And he goes, oh, that's definitely enough. I'll take it. So that was my haul from the show. I didn't bring my phone with me, so I didn't record anything going on in there. But it was a fun show. So if you've made it this far, please like, please subscribe, please share. Any comments, leave them in the comments. And I will see you next Tuesday for a new Tuesday book review. Bye-bye.